let's move on to the next topic, that is group behavior. Group behavior is a particular group of people or 4 to 5 people forming a group and behaving in particular manner is known as group behavior. In group behavior, we will first discuss team building. So team is a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, performance, goals, approach for which they hold themselves is known as team. Okay, so forming or building a team involve particular skills or particular qualities, that are small number of persons having complementary skills, having common purpose and performance goal, having common approach and mutual accountability forms a team. Okay, so what is the importance of team building? Team building enhances the performance, employee benefit, reduce cost and organizational enhancement. Okay, these are the importance of team. Now, how team building done? So how team building is done, on the basis of which a person forms a team. So based on problem solving team or cross functional team. There are two type of. So problem solving team having a particular problem and they work on that problem. This is also known as corrective action team. Now cross functional team draws its member from different functional area, particularly from those functions which have higher interdependency. For example, a task force is essentially a temporary cross functional team. Okay, so the quality that an effective team should have is skills and role clarity. A team should have clarity in goal and they have sufficient skill to perform the task. Then supportive environment should be there. Then subordinate goals. Then team rewards also should be there. Okay. Now, leadership. What is leadership? So leader can be defined as influences, that is the area or the process of influencing people so that they can strive willingly and enthusiastically towards achievement of group goal. Okay, so there are various theories of leadership. First one is trait theory of leadership. Not all managers are effective leader and not all leaders are effective manager. It is therefore difficult to identify effective manager and leader. Early studies of leaders define them by trait they were supposed to exhibit. Okay, sometime it was also called attributes. So this trait theory therefore mostly focus on these attributes that the leadership has. Okay, this theory is also known as great man's theory. Okay, then Davis has identified 4 characteristics that leader tends to have, or the 4 traits that a leader should have. These are intelligence, social maturity and breadth, inner motivation, achievement drive, human relation, attitude. Okay, now next one is leadership styles and behavior. Leadership based on authority, autocratic leadership. Okay, this is a leadership in practice by manager concentrating on power, authority within themselves. Okay, next one is democratic or participative leadership. This is just opposite of autocratic leadership. Okay, in this the leader is very participative. Okay, then comes the laissez-faire leadership. This is very important. A leader who practices laissez-faire leadership is also called free rein. Please note it out. The laissez-faire leadership also known as free rein. The leader in laissez-faire leadership is known as free rein leader, who uses his power very little given subordinate full freedom of action and independence for setting their goal and means of achievement them. Then benevolent autocratic. Most top manager have hard driving autocratic personality, therefore they find participative management difficult to accept. Okay, now this is very important concept in leadership, that is Likard's 4 system of management. Okay, Likard have studies this 4 system and he has give these four systems. First one is exploitive authorization. Manager practicing exploitive authorization system of management are highly autocratic. They have no trust in subordinate, put a finger on everywhere, and they believe in motivating people through fear and punishment, occasionally reward them. They engage in downward communication and limit decision making at top level of management only. Then next one is benevolent authorization. Manager practicing benevolent authorization type of leadership display full trust confidence in their subordinates. They motivate the employee by giving occasional rewards but maintain fear among their subordinate and avoid punishment whenever it is required. Then consultative manager. They practice consultative type of management, have substantial but not full confidence and trust in their subordinate. Usually they make use of ideas and opinion of subordinate. They believe in upward and downward communication when dealing with subordinate. Then participative group. Ricard 4 management system is called participative group leadership. In this system, manager have complete confidence, full trust in subordinate on all matters of organization. Okay, now another important topic in this is management grid. Management grid style of leadership was developed by Robert Black. Okay, so in this they have made 1 to 9 columns. Okay, they have made a column on vertical axis they have concern for people, and on horizontal axis they have concern for production. Okay, so when concern for people is, and they have made a scale of 1 to 9 for each thing. Okay, when concern for people is 1 and concern for production is 9, then country club management form. When concern for people is 9 and concern for production is 9, then team management. When concern for people is 9 and concern for production is 1, then task management. When concern for people is 1 and concern for production is also 1, then improvised management. This is worst one. Okay, when then comes the middle of the road, when concern for people is 5 and concern for production is also 5. Okay, now comes the situational leadership. Okay, trait theory is not conclusive and behavior approach to leadership depending largely to nature and the content of work. So researchers find this theory. Okay, basically this theory focus on factors related to task requirement or peer expectations behavior, then employees characteristics expectations behavior, organization culture and politics. Okay, so this is all about leadership. Now let us discuss group dynamics. Yeah, so group dynamics is concerned with interaction and forces between group member in social situation. The concept of group dynamics was first evolved by Kurt Lewin, okay, who viewed the concept from perspective of internal nature of group, why they form and how they form and the structure of group. Okay. Now, interpersonal behavior. What is interpersonal behavior? Transactional analysis. First of all, we will discuss transactional analysis. Transactional analysis is the study of individual in organization when he is interacting with other individual on social front and professional front. Ernest Berney is credited to movement for psychotherapeutic which he started in 1950. He observed that there are several persons within one person, therefore an individual transact in different ways with different person in different situation. Okay, so basically transactional analysis offers a mode of expression of personality and dynamics of self and in relationship with others. It is the method of analyzing and understanding interpersonal behavior. Transactional analysis involves the analysis of following factor: study of awareness, ego states, analysis of transaction, life script, psychological game, study of life position, stroking, games analysis. So, benefits of transactional analysis are development of positive thinking, interpersonal effectiveness, motivation, organizational development. Okay, So basically transaction analysis is all about this. Now let us discuss interpersonal behavior. So, interpersonal behavior is behavior that take place during human interactions. This is the way in which people communicate with each other, either vertically or non-vertically. Okay? So, this is basically the relation between a subordinate and superior. Okay? There are basically two kind of behavior: aggressive behavior and non-aggressive behavior. Okay, in aggressive behavior, the interpersonal behavior in which person stand for his own rights in such a way that the rights of other are violated. Okay, and in non-aggressive behavior, this type of they try to understand the perspective of other. Okay, so there are various skills for development of interpersonal behavior. These are positive thinking, mutual trust, empathy, courtesy, avoidance of ego problem. Okay, now let us discuss organization culture and climate. When thinking and action of employee are institutionalized, an organization culture is deemed to have taken birth. It guides the employee. Okay, yeah, the corporate culture consists of norms, values, unwritten rules of conduct of an organization, as well as management style, priorities, belief, interpersonal behavior that prevail. Now, the function of organization culture: it gives member an organizational identity, it facilitates collective commitment, it promotes system stability, it shapes behavior by helping members make sense of their surrounding. It provides a boundary. It helps organization members stick to conformity and expect mode of behavior. Now there are various levels of culture. First one is observable artifact of culture. These are the symbols of culture in physical and social work environment. Okay. Then share value. In early chapter we have studied two type of value: terminal value that reflect end state, extinct and instrumental value. Instrumental value are means of achieve terminal value, being hard working. Okay. Then common assumptions are fallout of share value system, observable artifact of culture. Then myths, unproven and often unstated beliefs that are accepted by employees. Then subculture. This is typically a unique dominant culture within each organization. Then counterculture. Counterculture have a pattern of values and beliefs sharply contract the dominant social norm. Okay, in case employee fail to adapt to the organization culture are called non-conformist and are further put through an intensive training program as under pre-arrival stage, encounter stage or metamorphic stage. Okay, now let us discuss organization climate. Organization culture is with the nature of belief and expectations about organization life, while climate is an indicator of whether those beliefs and expectations are being fulfilled or not. Employees in an organization keep studying the management philosophy and various actions they take to deal with organization factors that are of routine nature. These include selection process of employee, leadership starts, leadership style, wage administration, job description, organization structure, frequency to modify, promote policy and its implementations. Okay. According to Descartes, M. Hodgett has classified organization climate into two factors: overt factor, covert factor. This is very important. Please note it down. Overt factor, covert factor. This has been asked in exam. So, overt factors are hierarchy, goal of organization, financial resource, skills, ability of employee, technology, state of organization, performance standard, efficiency, measurement. Now, covert factor: values, attitude, norms, feeling, interaction, supportiveness, satisfaction. Now, let us discuss workforce diversity. Workforce diversity is bringing together a variety of people to one workplace. It is the concept that does something that many other business related concept don't. It diverges from professional fundamentally concern of profession. Now, cross culture organization behavior is when two culture of the organization interact with each other. Now let us discuss very important topic, that is general Adaptation syndrome. This has been asked in exam various times. General adaptation syndrome refers to the development of individual response to stressful events in the form of philosophy, psychologically behavior pattern. They follow a very consistent pattern. This is alarm stage, resistance stage, or exhaustion. Please notice down. Alarm stage, it is the warning stage, occurs at first sign of stress. If the alarm stage is not controlled in time, body organs develop resistance but leaves its ill effect. During the resistance stage, individual is unable to rest and develop irritating nature. Now exhaustion, when a body psychic is affected in its belief the stress has reached the stage of exhaustion. So this is very important, and I'm telling you again that general adaptation syndrome is very important, and in general adaptation syndrome there is 3 stages: alarm stage, resistance stage, exhaustion. Okay, now the burnout. This is also very important topic in this. Burnout is type of existent crisis in which work is no longer in meaningful function. Okay, what is the cause of burnout? Work estimation. Okay, job mismatch. Now prevention of burnout. As seen in preceding reading, burnout form of organizational policy, structure, practices, nature of work, person characteristic of an individual. Now diagnose it. Feeling of lethargy, lack of productivity, these are the reason main behind burnout. Then preventive measures should be taken and then treatment should be done. Okay. Now stress management. Management of stress. Individual level strategy. Minimum level of stress is required to stimulate individual to higher productivity. Excessive stress is harmful to both individual and organization. It is a common practice to evolve various stress reduction strategy in organization. Okay. Now plan your life. Work stress has an impact on personal life at home and vice versa. Social support, physical fitness, biofeedback, and yoga, meditation, time management. This will help the person to get relief of this stress. Okay. Now organization level strategy for stress management. First, organization structure and policy. They adopt various game policies so that the employee stress should be minimized. Now whistleblowing. Whistleblowing is describes situation. This is very important. Please listen this carefully. Whistleblowing describes situation when an employee, former or current, report an unethical, illegal, or illegitimate practice at work. The person report to the person or a body that has ability to change the practice. The person or a body that received the report may be internal to organization. Okay. Whistleblowing concern actions that affect others, individual, organization, society. It is not whistleblowing if one report injustice towards oneself. Okay, so there are 2 type of whistleblowing: external, internal. Okay, so who are whistleblowers? Whistleblowers is a person who expose surrectic information activity that is deemed illegal, unethical, not correct within private or public organization. Okay. Now human resource management is concept, perception, influences, and recent trend. So human resource management is a process of employment planning, training them, compensation them, and developing policy related to them. Okay, and following the strategy so that the human resource should be utilized in effective and efficient manner. In human resource planning, the staffs or the persons are given the task related to their skills. Okay, so the tasks are allotted to the persons who are expertise in that field. Okay, then recruitment and selection. In recruitment and selection process, the human resource, the need are being employed according to the need of organization. Okay, then training and development will took place. So this is all about human resource. Now job analysis, job evaluation. Okay, job analysis is the process by which a person ability was analyzed. Okay, analyzed in a systematic processed way. Okay, all the information on the nature of job and quality, qualification required to a job, physical mental capability of a job has been analyzed. So this is known as job analysis. Then comes the job evaluation. Job evaluation, what evaluation is? Evaluation is the measurement. Okay, the measurement. So, and job evaluation is a systematic way of determining the value and worth of the job. Okay, so that the person who is performing the job is satisfied or not. Okay, or doing the job in well manner, what the goals of employee and employer are being fulfilled or not. So these all topics are included in job evaluation. Okay, now come to compensation management. Okay, so, compensation management means the specialist HR discipline of planning, administrating everything of financial value that an employer give an employee in exchange for their work. Okay, compensation is the employer giving the compensation in exchange of the job or work done the employee does. Okay, so this is the compensation. So, compensation is basically salary. Okay. Now, let us discuss some previous year based questions related to this topic. So, the first one is, these two statements are given. First one is, law and moral standards overlap to a certain extent. Law represent a minimum set of standards for regulating human behavior in society. So, what could be the correct answer? A or B? Both are incorrect. A is correct, but B is not right explanation of A. A is correct, B is not right explanation. Okay, A is incorrect and B is correct statement. So, what could be the answer according to you? Just pause this video and try to answer it. Okay, otherwise I will answer it. So, the answer for this question is A is correct and B is right explanation of A. Okay, so the law and moral standards overlap to the certain extent. The law represent a minimum set of standard for regulating human behavior in society. Okay. Now, next question. Next question is, match the following. List 1 and list 2. So, the A is given the process of examining how work create or add value to ongoing process a business. Okay. Now, the fundamental rethinking, radical redesigning of business process to achieve dramatic improvement in cost, quality, service, speed. Okay. The process of organizing work into the task required to perform a specific task. The next one is the process of putting specialized tasks back together so that one person is responsible for producing a whole product or an entire serving. So these all these definition I have discussed in this video. Okay, so in list 2, job enrichment is the option, job design is the option, and workflow analysis is the option, and business process re-engineering. See, re-engineering has also been asked. So this is previous year question, and in this re-engineering has been asked. Okay, you can look it very clearly. Okay, so pause the video and try to answer this question. Yeah, for right answer for this question is C, option C, that the process of examining how work create adds value to the ongoing process of business is option third, workflow analysis, and a fundamental rethinking. Listen, rethinking and radical redesigning. So this is obviously the fourth one, and then first one, and then second one. Okay, now morality of an employee is in a business or organization depends upon. Pause the video and try to answer this question. Depends upon individual disposition, understanding of business activities, understanding of individual in a group, family setup of individual employee. So the answer for this question is individual disposition. Okay. Now next, according to Fedler contingency model of leadership, I have discussed this theory and this is very important. Which of the following is not a situational variable? Leader-member relation, task structure, position power, maturity of followers. So listen, if you are not aware of the answer, just try to use your common sense. Okay, with your common sense you can able to answer the question correctly. Okay, this happened in exam many times. With the common sense you can answer the question correctly. Okay, so the right answer for this question is maturity of followers. Now next question, why is procedural justice important in the context of management of misconduct? So the option A is it reflects an integrity of HR professional. It ensures that individuals have a sense that they have been treated fairly. It reflects and value and attitude of top management. It protects interest of daily wage earners. Okay, this is earners. Okay, this has been misspelled. So the answer should be, you try to answer the question. The answer is option B. It ensures that individuals have a sense that they have been treated fairly. Now next question, the process through which individual attempt to determine the cause behind others' behavior is known as. This is very easy question. Please try to answer this. I hope you will answer it correctly. If you have watched this video, so you will answer it correctly. So options are perception, attitude, attribution, social identity theory. So the answer for this question is attribution. I have mentioned this earlier as well. Attribution is a process through which individual attempt to determine the cause behind others' behavior. Okay. Now next question, which theory of human motivation focused on personal perception of the performance process? Options are Adams' theory of inequality, Maclander's need theory, Vroom's expectancy theory, or Alderfer's ERG theory. So the answer for this question is Vroom's expectancy theory, and I have discussed this theory earlier with you guys. Now this next question is, match the following: attitude, job satisfaction, prejudice, stereotype. Okay, and first option is belief that individual possess certain characteristic because of their membership in certain group. Negative attitude towards the member of specific groups based solely on the fact that they are member of those group. Prejudice, positive or negative attitude held by individual towards their job. Relatively stable cluster of feeling, beliefs, behavioral intention towards a specific objective, people and or institutions. So the options are given below. Try to answer this question, please. So clearly this is visible that the attitude is obviously option 4, that is relatively stable cluster of feeling, belief, behavioral intention towards a specific object and people or on institutions. Okay, and with job satisfaction, when job satisfaction comes, the positive negative attitude held by individual towards their job. Okay, so like this you can also answer it. Now next question is, on the job training method are not based on demonstration method, interactive method, vestibule training method, apprentice training method. So the option for this answer, the right answer for this question is interactive method. Okay, interactive method is on the job training method which are not based on. Okay, now match the following, list 1 to list 2. Value unethical behavior, Indian ethos, environmental responsibilities. And the list 2, Adam Brahim, recycling waste, bravery and trustworthiness. So the right option is option B, that is 4312. Values are trustworthiness. Okay, unethical behavior is bravery. Okay, now Indian ethos is aham brahmasmi. Okay, so this is very important. I just be prepared for all such kind of questions also. This is one of the out of context question also, or like unexpected question from this topic. Okay, I hope you have understood all the topics, or if you feel like any topic is not discussed properly, or if you have any query, so you can ask me any question in comment section. Thank you and have a nice day. Keep watching, keep learning.